Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Make sure to go ahead and like the live as you hop up in here. We got a couple setups we're looking at. So we was going to be looking for GJ buys, but GJ ended up rejecting this level. We had, let me make sure I'm unmuted so y'all can hear me. Okay, y'all can hear me. Cool. We had GBP news pop off last night as well as JPY news. We was going to be looking for GJ buys, but GJ ended up rejecting this level. So we're going to see if we can push back above this for us. And then we're going to be looking at possible gold sales. I don't got a lot of charts up because the charts are still kind of in a messy situation. I don't really like how most of them look. Right, like looking at gold ended up rejecting, so we're going to be looking for possible short-term sales right here. If we can hold 33.48 as resistance, we can look for sales going to 33.26. Then we'll look at NAS. Again, NAS is struggling to push down. Yesterday, I was going to look for sales. Today, if we would have held 21.46, I mean not 21.46, 21.470 as a resistance, but we see price rejecting and push this way back up. So again, we just got a lot of charts that are still just stuck in this ranginess. I was looking to see the news, especially the FOMC and stuff, would have broke us out of it, but it didn't. So we only got a couple sets we're going to be looking at today. Definitely not going to force anything because again, a lot of these charts are kind of still fucked right now. Now we do got a lot of news next week as well, so it's going to be interesting to see what next week does. But yeah, so as of right now, we're just going to be watching gold. And then looking to see if GJ can break back above this level. We could possibly look for buys here at 195.40, but I don't really like that level. You can see short-term buys. I really wanted to see this level held at support. We had a big push yesterday, even during the 2 holidays, but we still are struggling to hold this level as support as we see right here. We just keep on failing to hold. So that's why we're going to be looking for buys there. Again, it did do a nice move last night. But then when the news popped off at 2 a.m., it rejected. And then we got 240 news, and the price just pushed its way back down. So we're just going to let price do its thing. Then we got gold retesting right now. So we're going to see if we can hold as low as resistance. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today on YouTube. Make sure you be on the lookout for that. Yeah, so I got some alerts set up, but yeah, I don't really like how any of these are looking right now. Cool. We're going to be looking to see if GJ can break back above here. If we can hold 196 as support, we're going to looking for buys going back up to 196.30. New 15 about to pop up in a little bit. Those just joined the stream. We have not entered these trades yet. These are just trade ideas. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal and free Telegram. Y'all see on your screens how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Again, we're looking for GBPJPY. This is the highest probability setup I see for the day, at least for the pairs I look at. We're going to look to see if we can hold 196 support. Again, did a nice move last night. We had the news pop off, rejected. So we're going to see if we can push back above. Yesterday, it did a big push. So again, we're either going to continue to play ring around the rosy until volume picks up and either hold this level as support or hold this level as resistance. So we're going to be looking for buys if we can hold this level. So we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. What's going on, Quinn? I've been wondering how to get into contact with you since I seen your video yesterday. Now I come across another and you're streaming. Did you comment yesterday? I remember somebody commented. I think it might have been you, but I know YouTube doesn't always send notices out. But I responded. If it was you, yeah, I responded to your message. So I don't know if you didn't see my response, because he was asking about. Yeah, so he was like, I've been watching your videos for around 1 to 2 hours a day for a week now, and seeing that someone got results from you could actually communicate with you. Is there any way I could get in and how much I have to pay? So you click the links in the description. All the prices are there, right? You click the links in the description. It's going to say Playmaker University, one-on-one sessions, advanced play signal room. You click that link. All the information is going to be there as well as the pricing. But you're in the chat right now, so you can ask your questions right now. What's up? But yeah, I did respond to your message. I know sometimes YouTube be tripping, but if you check your message or you go to the video you left that comment on, or you go to your notes, you should see my response. What's my opinion on the fair value gap? Glad you asked that. So I talk about that and all these other patterns in the price action technical analysis playbook. So let me go ahead and pull it up. All right, so I talk about all that in the price action technical analysis playbook. You can get this linked in the bio as well. This is the best trading book in the game. This works on stocks, forex, options, futures, and crypto. This teaches you exactly how to read the charts. And literally the first page, before we even get into the meat and potatoes of how to read the charts, literally the first page besides the table of contents is this right here. One thing you have to understand is that price is not just randomly doing things, and there is no coincidences in the markets. Right? You see something once, you'll see it twice. You see it twice, you'll see it thrice. You see it thrice, you'll see it every day, every week, every month. The charts are like a 1,000-piece puzzle. Each candlestick being one piece to the puzzle. Do you think you can see the full picture with just one piece? No, exactly why identifying a single candlestick doesn't help you understand everything. Think about it. These patterns of candlesticks people point out, do they actually explain what price is doing, what they're doing? No, they just say when you see this or that. So that's my opinion on fair value, guys. Fair value, guys, these doji candles, these double top, empty trapezoids, these rising triangles, all these patterns are just one piece to the puzzle. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because, again, like I said, when you see these patterns of candlesticks, they, according to those rules, you're supposed to do this or do that. But obviously that doesn't play out all the time. There's fair value guys that can cause reversals. There's fair value guys that can cause retest confirmations. There's fair value gaps in uptrends and downtrends. That's not telling you everything you need to know. Market structure and the cycle is king. All that is just one piece to the puzzle. I know you see all this stuff online where people are like, oh, we can't predict the markets, and everybody talks about all these patterns and shit. But I promise you, the only reason why people do that is because they believe they don't want to put the work in to learn how to read the charts. So they're just trying to pick one piece to the puzzle out, right? So again, imagine you have a 1,000-piece puzzle, but you threw the box away. You don't even know what the full picture is when all the pieces are together. And that's just what people do with the markets on the charts, right? You see a bunch of charts, a bunch of candlesticks. It can be intimidating. It can be confusing. So instead of taking the time to understand how everything works, they pull out one candlestick or pattern and then try to figure out how that works. But again, that's just one part of the story. You gotta learn how everything works. That's how I'm able to always be able to read the charts, explain what's happening at all times, do these weekly Sunday chart analysis, be accurate with like a lot of my projections on a daily basis, is because I'm not just paying attention to one candlestick, I'm paying attention to the ultimate cycle we're in and the flow of price. Got a new 15 that just popped up. As far as now going into New York session, there is no high impact news, y'all. So we're just simply waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. We just are coming off a bank holiday. The market is still not really open yet, technically for you, as well as Wednesday. The news didn't really do too much for the market, so we're still just stuck in this consolidation point. So then we're just chilling, patiently waiting. That's all we can really do. We're paying attention to GJ and gold right now. Mainly paying attention to GJ because there's that A plus setup I want to look for. But we're just waiting to see if we can hold this low as support. If we hold 196 as support, we're looking for buys going to 196.30. Right, it's going to be the same setup that we caught on Tuesday's live stream. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of their screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. What's going on, Brandy? Can we take a look at ES? Yeah, I got you. Let's go ahead and pull that up. I think this is the one I had marked off. Yeah. So looking at ES, it's kind of the same situation, kind of the same thing NAS did, right? We're still technically bullish, which we respected this low as support right here at 59.90, but we're in reversal territory. So I'd personally wait. You could see short, you could look for short-term buys here, 60.20 going to 60.50, but for the uptrend coming to play and continue, we're going to need to hold 60.50 as support, and then we can look for buys going to 60.70. Right, but again, a lot of these charts are kind of just chilling right now, and again, just struggling to make those new higher highs. Right, we got these higher highs to the left, these little traffic to the left. You see here that price is struggling to break through this mess right here, and again, as well, majority of the charts are doing. So when everybody's talking about price action is bad, I made a video talking about this yesterday. Price action isn't bad, right? And another, I talked about this with a student in one of my sessions literally yesterday, right? Price action isn't just when volume comes into the markets. When price does those big moves, that's volume coming into the markets. Price is always in action, right? Price is not stuck in place. The only time price is stuck in place is if it's like a bank fall and like price is super dead. But price is always moving. It might be ranging in the price range, but it's never just stuck at 60.20 for 3 hours, 5 hours straight, right? And what you have to also understand is that price isn't just going to shoot up or shoot down. This is the same reason why everybody sold and freaked out in the stock market and crypto market when price made all these all-time highs and retraced, and everybody was calling it a crash. Now everybody's freaking out trying to figure out what's the next best place to buy, the next best time to buy, right? Again, as well I was telling y'all back then, price isn't just going to forever shoot up. Price isn't going to forever shoot down, right? Consolidation is a part of the game. It might be annoying, it might suck, but it's part of the game. And this is why it's also important to go into bigger time frames to really understand what is taking place, because when you understand to read the charts, into bigger time frames to see what's actually taking place and see why price is ranging and struggling, and things start to make a lot more sense. You get what I'm saying? So again, like we're seeing with all these charts, we're struggling to make new higher highs or lower lows for the past few months. So we're on the bigger time frame, struggling to make new higher highs, lower lows, struggling to break support levels, and struggling to break resistance levels, holding that support, struggling to break support levels, holding that resistance. Of course, price is going to be ranging back and forth. You get what I'm saying? So it's been the same thing going on for the past few weeks, but that's just how it works, right? Just like with uptrends last for a couple weeks to a couple months, downtrends last for a couple weeks to a couple months. Consolidation is also going to last for a couple months to a couple months. That's just how the markets work. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 cycles price is always going to be in. And I talk about this with the Playmakers and Playmaker University, as well as the price action technical analysis playbook. There's the uptrend, downtrend, and consolidation. These are the 3 cycles price is ever going to be in. All those patterns and candlesticks people talk about, they all consist are in these 3 patterns right here. These are 3 cycles price is ever going to be in. And right now, we can see that we're in consolidation. We're struggling to make new higher highs. We're also struggling to make lower lows. And again, the news didn't really help us out this week, which again, the news doesn't always help us out. So again, that's why we're still kind of stuck in the same spot, in the same predicament, right? We can even see on the smaller time frames, price has been struggling to hold this level as support. So if price is struggling to hold this level as support, we can't see other levels get broken and hold that support, which give us new higher highs or vice versa. Right, a good example for the downside is Dream. I'll be like pulling that up. Right, I'm just not going to get it. It's a mess. Oh, you're back. What are you talking about, Quinn? I've been here. What are you? You're confusing me, Quinn. I've been here. I don't know what you're talking about. And I answered your comment earlier too, so I don't know what you're talking about. You're confusing me. What's going on, no cap? I tell people all the time the higher time frame is king. Follow trend to go to the lower time frame. Exactly. That's literally the way to go. All right, you watch any of my trade breakdowns, go to the playlist, go to trade breakdowns. There's over 100 plus trades of me breaking out 100 plus trades, different buy setups, different sell setups, all trades I personally took, as well as members and students in advance for the season. And I always say that the first things I always say in every one of those trade breakdown videos is you got to identify the trend on the bigger time frame, and I explain why you got to identify the trend on the bigger time frame. The bigger time frame explains and tells you the direction prices are going, and direction prices most likely going to continue to go. The smaller time frames only explain what price is going at that exact moment, which is why you try to identify the trend on the 5 minute, the 1 minute, the 30-second chart, as well as try to enter on that chart and keep falling for these fake outs and liquidity sweeps, quote unquote. So we gotta do 15, about to pop up in a little bit, y'all. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal, free Telegram. Y'all see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourself. So this week's been a little bit of a choppier week than usual, as well as we had a bank holiday, so we're not how we usually be on a weekly basis. We only took 2 trades this week, but again, the market conditions are the market conditions. But we're still up this week. We got a nice 1 or 2 on Tuesday, and then we took an L on Mondays. We're still up this week, and we're up for the month because last week we went 4-1, giving us the 80% win rate. Got a total of 15,140 pips. And the week before that we went 5-0, giving us 100% win rate. And then the week before that we went 4-0. So that's how we're doing so far this month. And then we scroll down to June 2nd, or scroll up, I should say. You can see how we ended last month, just like you see on your screen. We went 19 of them, giving us a 95% win rate, catching a total of 13,162 pips. Everything's dated, timed, and documented. Just like today, I send a link out every time we go live. At the beginning of every week, we drop the Sunday chart analysis. So there's literally no making none of this stuff up. And if you go to subscribers and you scroll down to photos, there's over 1,600 photos, over 3 years worth of receipts. Right, so that's why I always tell y'all in all my posts, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, click the free signal for Telegram, because people always ask for receipts, or people always ask for all this other information and questions, which I have no problem answering. But again, everything I do is intentional. Right? Click that first link in the description. You're going to see everything. You're going to see win rate. You're going to see the trades we took. You're going to see what the trades are. Like, people ask me all the time, how do you pick free cash on average? What's your RR? Click the first link in the description. It's literally there. It's literally all there. You just gotta look at photos and read. You know what I'm saying? And then you ask for receipts. Go to photos. Again, there's over 1,000 photos, over 3 years worth of receipts. You go to the Instagram. There's already highlights. The first 2 highlights on my Instagram are receipts and testimonials. I always tell y'all to go to these things. This is what y'all need to see. You got all the information. And again, for pricing and stuff, on TikTok, I can't really talk about pricing because TikTok be like that. But again, if you click those links, all my information is everywhere. You question all the time, how much is this? How much is that? Click the link, or you just ask me up for it, right? And then also, when y'all message me on TikTok, Instagram, Telegram, by the way, if you guys got any questions, now's the best time to ask me because I'm live. But of course, if I'm not live, y'all can always me up on the back end. But just ask the question. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be like, I got a question, or hey, can I ask you a question or something like that? Because I'm a busy person. You guys got lives too, and I'm not gonna always see it or respond as soon as you message me. So just to be efficient on both our ends, just to make things go a little bit quicker. But let me put this back on NAS100. You got, almost not my thing though. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. Want to look at any charts? Drop them in the chat. But these are the 3 main charts I'm looking at for today. Again, GJ is the most favorable one I'm looking at. Everything else is like, they're still good setups, but again, we're kind of just really struggling, right, to make new higher highs, low lows, just like we was talking about with ES. You look at gold, same thing, right? Struggling to break these levels, just playing pinball. Then we go to the bigger time frame, we see the same exact thing with GJ, right? So again, it's not a coincidence that all these different charts are doing the same shit. That's why I tell y'all, once you understand how to read the charts, you realize, and just like I showed y'all, the first page is the price action. Whoops. Just like I showed y'all on the first page of the price action technical analysis playbook. Right? No coincidence in the markets, and prices never just randomly doing things. Right? You see it once, you're gonna see it twice. You see it twice, you're gonna see it thrice. You see it 3 times, you're gonna see it every day, every week, every month. Got a new 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit. Let's see what we got going on up in here. Yeah, trading is simple. We as traders just overcomplicated. All right, trading is super simple. I made a post talking about that as well. I don't know if it posted on Instagram, but I posted it on TikTok. Instagram always gets my videos a little bit later. Maybe or something. I might have posted it on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, I posted on Instagram as well. Yeah, trading is super simple. People just overcomplicate. But of course, when you're brand new and you're looking at the charts for the first time, it can seem complicated or deeper than it actually is. But when you really get down to it, you realize how simple it is. What's going on, Sammy? We're looking at GJ buys. We're looking at GJ buys. If we can hold 196 as support, we're going to be looking for buys going to 196.30. We're also looking at possible gold sales. And this is a more of a short-term play. But if we can hold 33.46 as resistance, we can look for sales going to 33.26. The NAS, I do have a buy set up there, but I don't really like how NAS is looking. I ain't gonna lie, I don't really like how NAS is looking, so I might just leave that alone. But my top priority is GJ. Make sure to like the live and subscribe. I got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. Make sure you're on the lookout for that. Just dropped the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana update for y'all the other day as well. So make sure to check that out if you haven't also. And then make sure to explore the playlist, y'all, because again, we don't go live. We don't just go live every day. We post weekly videos as well. We're just chilling and patiently waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. That's all we can do. All right, we should be good. Let's see if we can break back above this level right here. All right, gold. Let's see if we can hold this level right here. GJ slowly pushing up as well. We got a new 15 about to pop up. Look at this. Again, y'all think it's a coincidence that both of these are hitting these levels at the same time? I gotta snap out of that. Right. I know all the stuff on the internet tells you you're scared of the lions, tigers, and bears, and how price is randomly doing things, and you can never understand what's happening. But I promise y'all stick to the playbook. You rip that bandit off and learn how to read the charts. everything's going to start to make sense. So again, we're going to see if we can hold these levels at support. We're going to be looking at possible buys on GJ, possible gold sales. So let's see what this next 15 looks like. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. But you already know the drill. All right, 15 just popped up. Again, look our price reacting to this level. Right, new 15. See it's rejecting, right? So that's why we enter and exit off of these levels. The gold's pushing back down below, so we're going to see if that can hold.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Liftoff of mission 41D, the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
New 5-minute about to pop up. So yeah, I like how GJ is. All right, that's a nice retest right there. see what this next 5 looks like. But I do like how this is looking. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. All right, new 5 minutes just popped up. Yeah, I like how this is. Again, for the uptrend to continue, and the reason why we've been ranging consolidating as far as GJ is concerned is we see prices been struggling to hold this level as support. And if you're following Instagram and TikTok, if you're not following Instagram and TikTok, make sure you go ahead and follow me right now and look at the pinned videos. Each one of those pinned videos breaks down price action analysis playbook and all that good stuff. And I know I've been live on TikTok lately, but you saw the stream crash. My Wi-Fi for the past couple weeks has been trash. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna call them this weekend and see what's going on. They're probably gonna tell me the same shit they always tell me. Oh, you know, we're working on the tower, but the shit's been trash. Let me see here. All right, but we talked about the price action analysis playbook. Is the first page. I'm gonna get a better screenshot, right? But if you watching my YouTube videos, I talk about it as well. If you watch my recent YouTube video, not the Bitcoin one, but the other one, but I'm actually going to get a better screenshot to have for the live stream. So let me go ahead and screenshot this really quick. I don't want some of y'all to think it's just words in the book. It's not just a bunch of words. So let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Here it is. Now let me just send it to myself. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Let me send this to myself really quick. Cool. All right, so let me pull it up. All right. Let me go into a naked chart. Do I still got it written up? Yes, I do. I'm just on it. All right, cool. All right. So we can see it a lot clearer here. So like the screenshot says right here, that's a big ass screenshot. In order for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. Look at photo below. We also have to respect the support level the higher low is resting on. So again, for the uptrend to continue, still be valid, we have to respect this low as support. But we also have to break this resistance level, hold it as support to create it and give us a new higher high. So when we look at GJ, we see this was the higher high, higher low, which is why when price consolidated and retraced here, I was still telling y'all it was bullish. And that's exactly why price pushed back up. But then you see price rejected this level, but still held this level as support. And just like the screenshot says, we need to break this level, hold that support for the uptrend to continue. But we also need to respect this level, hold that support for the uptrend to still be valid. So we see here that price is struggling to break this resistance level and turn it into support to give us a new higher high. But we're still respecting this higher low support level as support. And then for the past couple of weeks, we've been seeing price again just keep on bouncing or rejecting this level. And that's what price is doing even right now. So that's why we're looking for buys on this level if we can hold the level as support, because if we can hold this level as support, we can see that new higher high come into play. And again, this is why price has been consolidating and ranging. So again, price action is not bad. Again, price is always in action. You're meaning there's low volume. So when you see all these videos online, people talk about price action, they're talking about the volume, right? Again, there's volume, not price action. Price is always in action, right? Price action is not just a price that's going up or down with high volume. That's not what price action is, right? So that's why a lot of people be confused and saying the wrong shit, and they're confusing more people. But again, this is why it's so important to go again on the bigger time frames, understand how price actually works, and again to stick to the playbook. Link in the bio. Also put the links in the comments. Right, we also see this happening. We can do this with literally every single chart. We can do the same thing with NAS100. We do the same thing with gold. But before we do that, actually, I'm gonna do that on this chart because we're looking for a GJPY, so I don't want to miss that. Because y'all know when I start cooking, that's when price wants to sneak up. So let me put this back on my charts. Zoom in right here. GJ's still teasing us, but we're still going to stick to the game plan to be patient. The girl's still chilling here as well. We got the alert though, so when it tries to push back down, we can get alerted. So let's go ahead and break this down. I got the levels marked off too, man. This must have been from the one-on-one session earlier. So same thing here, right? What's the playbook say again? It says for the uptrend to continue, we need to break past the previous high, which gives us a new higher high. We also have to respect the support level, the higher low is resting on. So what do we see here? We see a higher high, higher low. This resistance level got turned to support. Then we see this new higher high. Price failed to turn that resistance level into support, rejected, but still held this low as support, came back up, rejected, and here we are now. So again, this is why price has been bouncing back and forth, because we've been struggling to have enough volume to break that resistance level, which is what we see here. Every time we push up to this level, the volume comes to a halt. And this is during New York session. So again, this is why I trade London and sometimes Tokyo session going into New York, because there's 3 sessions, 4 depending on who you ask, and depending on how those previous sessions prior to New York play out is going to determine more times than not the New York session is going to do. So again, we see London session, we had movement, we had volume, and then we see 9:30 opening, we had volume kick in. 30 minutes into New York, what happened? We hit the same level, we rejected. And people are like, oh, what the hell is going on with price action? Price isn't moving. It's because they don't understand how shit works. And they're not looking on the bigger time frame, because they're only looking on the time where they're trying to enter off of. But you're on the bigger time frame, you can clearly see that we're in the uptrend, but struggling to do what the playbook says needs to happen for the uptrend to continue. But we also see that price is also struggling to break this low and turn into resistance for the downtrend to come into play. So again, this is why we have this ranging consolidation for the past few months, because we just continuously keep on having this happen. You hear what I'm saying? So this is why it's so important to understand how to read the charts. And again, like I said, we can do this literally every single chart. But y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. We could literally do this all day, but y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. We're looking at the charts, drop them in the chat. So I like GJ right here. Let's see if we can hold this. Let's see what this next 15 is looking like. Even though I've been paper trading, your strategy's been working. We'll be switching to personal account soon. That's what's up. That's what's up. And like I said, there's no rush, because everything you do on the paper account, you're gonna do the exact same thing on the live account. So again, just focus on treating it like a real account. Put in lot sizes and risking what you would on your personal funded account. Manage to trade like you would a real account. And all those habits, you're going to literally take with you to the live account, because really the only difference is when you hit that settings button and you switch from demo to personal. That's the only difference. Let I'm liking GJ right here. So we might gold. I'm liking both of these, but let's see if GJ can hold this level. Let's see what this next hour looks like. Man, it's the weekend. A lot of y'all be asking, man, wait, when do you sleep? I sleep on the weekend. I'm about to KO when the markets close. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be down for the count when the markets close this afternoon. All right, new 15. Let's see if we can hold this level, or we're just gonna keep on getting teased. Again, there is no news. We had GDP news and JPY news play out before London session. They didn't do too much. We don't have any New York news. So again, we're just simply waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. Appreciate all those that like the live and subscribe. Also, make sure to follow my Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway _. Post daily on both pages. Yeah, so we're getting teased right now where we're at least below this level and above this level. We're still waiting to see if we can hold it. That's really what we're waiting on right now. Again, that's why we wait for that retest confirmation, because we would have took that trade, we've been in unnecessary drawdown and at risk of possibly having our stop loss get hit. So again, you guys, it requires a little bit of patience, but I'd rather patiently wait extra 10, 15 minutes to see if price is ready to hold that level and do that next move, and to constantly re-enter, take the same setup for it to finally do the move after the third entry and stuff like that, right? Because that's what happens to a lot of times. A lot of times, I mean, I don't know how y'all trade, but a lot of times in general, at least what I noticed with the way I used to trade, is my analysis wouldn't be wrong. I would just be a little too early for the move to happen. All right, so that's why I don't really like breakout trading. Game plan is still the same though, but like we talked about, this is a very important level that needs to be held for the uptrend to continue. And then gold's just been chilling here. We're gonna be on for a little bit longer, y'all. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. So gold looks like it might try to do the move, but look, and GJ still could potentially push back up. Yeah, so we're gonna see if volume picks up between now and going into New York. If it's just chilly, might be waiting until New York. We do got these charts again still ranging. Now it's pushing a little bit. As we see, we're just ranging right now. So again, we're waiting for price to not just break these levels, but hold. So we're going to see what this new hour has got for us. Again, got a new video. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been live since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been live since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room for Telegram. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my signal services, our mentorship program, you already know what to do. Click those links in the description. And yeah, again, it's been a little bit of a different week this week, but again, you look at the charts, you look at the news events, you look at the holidays, you can understand why, right? So again, it is what it is. But yeah, we'll be back at it same time next week. London session 3 of Eastern. I'm still gonna be on the charts, but as y'all know, I don't be at my desk the whole time. I'll be chilling.